So, hypnosis, or is it hypnose in Norway?
Hypnosis. Yeah.
Hypnosis. Okay. Hypnosis is a form of focus. You go into hypnosis every day. You do hypnosis. And my job as a hypnotist is to amplify a state that you do already. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you're sitting there watching television, watching telly like that, and you lose yourself, or a movie, yeah? That's hypnosis. That's what you do. You're just sitting there like that. You're just focused. You're not thinking about the shopping. You're not thinking about what you've got to do for dinner. You're just sitting there focused. So near a light state, but on the same token, it's still a state of where you're absorbing information, where you're taking information in. It's the same as with hypnosis, except I amplify that state to remove negative and replenish with good. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take you through a little process, right? A process that I've taught in Reykjavik, I've taught in America, I've taught in Australia, I've taught in Germany, I've taught all over the world, and I stay with this, right? It makes it simple for you. Simple psychology. Okay? That's why I needed a little couple of toys here. Alright? So let's have a look at this. Okay? If I draw this here, right? That's like your brain in here, okay? So if I put your eyes in, your eyes would sit roughly there, okay? And on that there is another little box here. So let me just explain. This isn't completely accurate, but it's a good model for you. So down the middle here, you've got a line.
Yeah.
One part of your brain there does the intellect, and this part of the brain does your emotions, okay? Or sometimes called the creative part of the brain, okay? This part down here is what we call with the amygdala. You don't need to know what they are, but there's certain parts of the brain that make you do certain things, okay? So we've got down here, and I'll come on to that in a moment. This side of your brain does your maths, your English, and your language. This side here goes, well, them boots go with that top, your creative part. I'm going to paint the front room, and that colour goes with those curtains, that type of thing there. Yeah, so you get the creativity. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, if there's conflict between the emotion and the intellect, right, the emotion will always win. That will always win. Your emotion will always win. So have you had an argument with your partner before and carried the argument on in your head?
Yeah.
And then you've come back 10 minutes later and gone, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Why did I think that? And then you come back into the room and go, like that, and they're like, fucking, I don't know. Yeah, makes sense?
Yeah.
And then they're going, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? And they go, and but you've gone into a defensive mode, as in there's a dialogue, a thing going on in your head, and it just keeps going, and eventually you're just like, oh. But then, does that make sense?
Yeah.
If your intellect is saying, no, and your emotions going, and then you go, and then all of a sudden it calms down, and then all settles, and your intellect goes, oh no, and then you feel guilty, and oh damn, what did I say that for? Yeah, does that make sense? You're like, oh, fuck it. So you've got that, right?
Yeah.
So down here, right, if there's conflict between the emotion and the intellect, the emotion will always win. Let me just show you something. Put your hand up in front of you like that. Close your eyes. Just only imagine now that I'll put a big, fat, juicy lemon in your hand. A huge lemon. Big, ripe lemon. Just imagine now bringing that lemon up to your nose. Bring that lemon up to your nose and smell a lemon now. Just imagine a lemon. But get ready now. Just prepare. Only prepare now what it's like now to bite into that huge lemon now. Okay? Feel it going? Feel it in the back of your throat?
A bit.
Good. Did you feel the weight of the lemon?
Yeah.
Did you smell the lemon?
Yeah.
Did you taste the lemon?
No.
No? But did you notice your mouth go
Yeah.
like that? Because the saliva, yeah? The water in your mouth started to build and build and build, yeah? And you went like that, yeah?
Yeah.
So put your hand out in front of you. Where's the lemon?
In my hand.
You don't need me. You need a psychiatrist, sweetheart. You don't need me. Right, you need drugs and a psychiatrist. So where's the lemon?
It's not there.
There is no lemon. So look at this.
Yeah.
Your intellect brain went, there ain't a lemon. And your emotive brain, your creative brain went, there's a lemon. So you did it. Yeah? So all your fears, your phobias, your anxiety, stress and strains, okay, are all big fat lemons. Your body is preparing for things that aren't real. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As in going to bite a lemon and biting that and there's no lemon. Your body does the same with anxiety, trauma, stress, and stuff like that, okay? Okay, so down here, I mentioned there's a little box here, okay? This is where another model, which is called fight, flight, freeze, okay? We fight, we flight, we freeze. There's many different models, but I just stay with the one model because I find it easier, okay? Fight, verbally or physically. Flight, we run away. Or freeze, we curl into a ball and hope it all goes away. Where would you say you are in your life? Fight, flight, or freeze? Do you feel like you just curl into a ball, or are you always running away from things? Or do you fight back?
I fight back.
You're a fighter, okay? So, let me just show you something. Okay? We've got this. This is what we call like your amygdala and stuff. There's a part of your brain that makes you do certain spontaneous things, okay? And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it does, okay? And it sits there doing this, okay? Fight, flight, freeze. So in your brain all the time, every millisecond, it's sitting there doing this, boom, 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 like that, right? It sits there just doing that, bouncing up and down. But if I'm doing this and it's going fight, flight, freeze, is it going to hurt me? Is it going to kill me? Is it going to hurt me? Is it going to kill me? Okay? So in this environment here, you're fairly relaxed. But if we went to a zoo and stuck you in a cage with a lion, you'd be like, yeah. You'd wake up a little bit, wouldn't you? Because your system would fire off. I know it's a little bit crude, you know, but I'm trying to show how your body would sit, okay? How you would sit here normally, okay? So you're sitting there doing this and doing that. If I do this, what did you do automatically then?
Blink.
Blink, head came back and your hand moved back as well.
Yeah.
But if I'd have done that from this angle, you'd have probably done that. You didn't think Carl's being an idiot. Your body spontaneously did this. It went boom inside, right? Inside your brain it went poof, and it sent out lots of electrical impulses. It sent out lots of steroids and cortisols and things to protect you doing what you're doing. So it protects your eyes, protects your head, and protects the rest of your body, yeah? You didn't think Carl's being an idiot,
No.
right? So now let's look at it this way, right? It's a very simple model, but if you look at it this way, if you do, and I still don't even know why you've come in today. I don't know why you're here. Isn't that weird? Yeah. Nobody's told me anything, right? I'm going to ask you in a minute, then we'll go through it. Because when people come in the door, they don't actually know what's wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You may have things that are happening, but they're not actually really what's going on. Because when I put the ball down a minute ago, that collapses, yeah?
Yeah.
Goes back to normal. But let's say during your life, you've been involved in certain things and they've been not very nice. Let's say, you know, like a hot cooker. If you ever put your hand on a hot cooker when you were a child and it burnt you, or burnt your hand on something, or burnt your hand on water, and you go, oh, I'm not doing that again, yeah, because you learn how to do that. So when this is fully expanded, all of the chemicals are bouncing around your body. But when it collapses, they stop. So let's say you learn something like burning your hand on a kettle. You learn about car accidents. What happens is, or domestic trauma or abusive relationships, this won't shut. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So your flinch is consistently up high, or is always above the normal level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you look at it like this, like a pressure cooker, okay? So if I draw that line there, and I draw like a letter of I, and then I put a line at the bottom, that is, let's say, normal stress levels, or working stress levels. So if you was to go to Arizona and you walk into a desert and you hear, you'd go, whoosh, ooh, your system kicks off, right? So that's, let's say, your normal level. Then during life, when you're born as a child, mum, dad argue, nanny dies, cat dies, next door neighbour's cat shits on your lawn, all that type of stuff. Really irritates me, that does. But the thing is, right, is it all keeps building up, yeah?
Yeah.
What happens is if we don't clear this, what happens is we get to the top. And that's what I call PTSD, right? Or post-trauma. I don't really call it PTSD because there's no such thing as PTSD, right? Even though I was given that label, I don't believe in it. It's like any label, I don't really believe in them. I believe in the human and the human reaction, but I don't believe in the label. They're just there for medical terms and to give people closure on certain things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I deal with the person. So if we call that post-trauma, or that bit of, you know, that bit where you're going to blow up,
Yeah.
if we don't let that pressure go, then guess what? Then we pop. And that's what happens in post-trauma and many other different things. I use post-trauma all the time because that's one that we put at the top, but it can be anything, right? And that blows at the top. The key thing is, if that blows, that's when we start getting recurring nightmares, hypervigilance, all that type of things, okay? So, our objective today is, do you feel that you're at the top here, or do you feel like you're just below there, or do you feel like you're midway?
Just below, I think.
Just below there?
Yeah.
So you're ready to pop. You could poke your boyfriend in the eye if he plays up.
No, I couldn't poke him in the eye. That's terrible.
Like that.
I love him too much for that.
There you go. But you know what I mean, though. But there are times when you sit there and you think, don't do that one more time. You know when you see people and they say, I've got a fear of spiders, and they bring it close and they say, if you do that, I will punch you, I will hurt you if you bring that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We get to that point. We shouldn't really get to that. I do sometimes. I feel like that with certain individuals in my life. Anyway, but the thing is our objective today is to bring that down by changing the flavour of the lemon of all of these little increments. That make sense?
Yeah.
Now, you're never going to get rid of them. You're never, ever going to get rid of what happened in your life. Like me, I got run over by a drink driver, and I still remember the car accident, but I don't feel the car accident. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When I was in Iraq, I got shot at, and I saw nasty things. And when after I left, I felt like I could still hear them, feel them, see them. But now I just look at it is that I can still see them, but I don't sense them. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, your body is a series. I'm not going to come on to in a minute while you're in, because we don't know, right? Well, I don't know. Your body is made of electricity and water. So, as a good friend of mine called Mark said to me once, is you are a cucumber with emotions. You're 90% water, 10% emotions. Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, next time you look at the salad, right, when you're chopping the cucumber, just remember, ow, ow. So the thing is, right, is that hold Peppa Pig's hand, okay, and then just put your finger, there you go, it's just like that, okay. At the moment, there's no circuit going on, right, it did just sing. But your body's electric, my body's electric, and as we just noticed then, Peppa will sing. Touch my finger. Do it again. Just take it on and off until you get it, until you get that as you doing that. Go on.
No, it's not.
It's you doing it. Watch, I'm not doing anything different. Just touch it again. Yeah? So there's electricity. There has to be. You do it with just you. Oops. Oops. You're electricity. Okay? So if your batteries are low, guess what happens? You know, like in your house, you've got a fuse box. If the fuses go down, things go off, yeah? Same as you. Your electricity, you're proving it with Peppa Pig that you've got electricity in your body that's at different frequencies. This is a different frequency to you, to this tissue, to that water, to that glass. So the glass is a different frequency to the water, otherwise it wouldn't hold it, would it? They're molecules and atoms that are put together at a different frequency, at a different density to make that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Same as you. You are molecules and atoms pieced together with energy. Simple as. I'm not going too far down the energy route because people do get a little bit arsy about that, but that's technically it. Your energy. I've had 50 people in a room holding Peppa Pig. Ring a rosies while they're all going around a big room in Las Vegas. Okay? So, that's what we do. So, what label have you walked in here with today? What have you been diagnosed with, or what is it that you think that you'd like to get rid of?
That's a good question. I got fibromyalgia.
You've got fibromyalgia.
Yeah, or the diagnosis.
Okay. Aches, pains, tiredness.
Yeah.
You're a very focused person, aren't you? Driven person.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just nosedived.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So you're a focused, driven person. Remember what I said about fuse boxes a minute ago? Clunk, 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 clunk. I got that off a good bloke called Stephen Blake. He does a thing called Old Painted Ghost. Really good technique. Clunk, 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 clunk. Right? That's what you do there.
Yeah.
My job today is to go clink, 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 clink. Get that?
Yeah.
Those aches in your body are where the fuses have gone. Does that make sense? That's where the clunk, clunk, clunk went, and then it just starts aching. Where are the aches?
Mostly in my back.
In your back? Good. Ready?
Yeah.
You nervous?
Now I'm a bit.
Don't worry about it. I've done this about 3 or 4 times. All right, you'll be fine. If we get stuck, we'll call the fire brigade. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Put your feet on the floor. The only reason I do that is because when you relax, if your legs were crossed, sometimes it gives you a dead leg. People get up because their body just becomes so relaxed that the weight comes on there and they're like that. I can't feel my leg like that. So that's the only reason I do that. Okay, ready to go in hypnosis?
Yeah.
Ready to experience hypnosis, really, really deep hypnosis?
Yeah.
Ready to make some perfect positive lifestyle changes?
Yes.
Copy me. Like that. That's it. Watch this. Watch the tips of your fingers. I'm just going to put them fingers apart now and just watch this now. Watch this now. Keep focused on the tips of your fingers. Nothing else, right? Just keep focused, 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 keep focused. Watch the 2 hypnosis magnets pull those fingers together now. Just watch it now as that hypnosis magnet starts to pull in now. Keep focused, keep focused, keep focused, keep focused, keep focused, keep focused. And watch that hypnosis magnet increase. Now, just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like for that hypnosis to go all the way down your hands, into the back of your arms, over the top of your head. And just imagine that hypnosis going over the top of your eyelids now. Just imagine now what it feels like now for that hypnosis to go all the way through those fingertips until eventually you feel getting closer and closer. Keep focused and imagine that hypnosis just increasing and increasing until eventually your eyes become so heavy. Eventually what happens is your eyes start to lock down, glue down. Now, just imagine your eyes getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Now, just imagine your eyes going in deeper into hypnosis. Now, when you're ready, just feel your eyes getting heavier like your fingers do. That's it. Just watch them fingertips come together. And just notice now that hypnosis going through the tips of the fingers any second now. And just feel that hypnosis going up into your eyelids and making your eyes feel heavier and heavier now. Good. And just imagine your eyes getting heavier until they want to close now. That's it. That's it. Keep focused, keep focused, keep focused, keep focused, keep focused. Until eventually just feel those fingertips come together any second now. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Perfectly safe. You're perfectly fine. You're perfectly safe. You're perfectly fine. And just allow that hypnosis to increase in your eyes now. That's it. And when you're ready, close your eyes now. That's it. You're safe. That's it. Feel that hypnosis now. On the top of your eyes. All the way through your body, just increasing and increasing now. As your arms get heavier and heavier now. That's it. And your eyes get heavier now. Good. And close your eyes. That's it. That's it. You're perfectly safe. That's it. And as your arms get heavier, they take your eyes there. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. You're doing really well. Feel that hypnosis increase now. There you go. The more you resist it, the deeper you go now. That's it. When you're ready, that's it. And allow your eyes to close now. There. Good, good, good. That's it. Keep focused, keep focused. Good. Allow your hands just to float all the way down. Good. Close your eyes. Just relax. Allow that hypnosis to go all the way from the top of your eyes, all the way into your cheeks, into your jaw, into your neck, into your shoulders, all the way through into the tips of your toes, all the way back up. Just imagine that hypnosis increasing now. 10 times stronger, 20 times stronger, 30 times stronger, 40 times stronger, 50 times stronger, 60 times stronger, 70 times stronger, 80 times stronger, 90 times, and 100 times down now. Just imagine, only imagine now, what it feels like now to go to a mystical place, a magical place, a place where you can make perfect positive lifestyle changes now. Just imagine that hypnosis increasing all the way through your body. Just imagine that hypnosis increasing all the way from the top of your head, into your neck, into your stomach. And just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now to go on that mystical, magical journey. And just imagine going somewhere really special now. And as you just allow that now, just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now. To feel that tension and pressure come off your body now. In a moment, I want you to imagine what it feels like for your eyes to lock down, glue down, stick down now. Just imagine it. Only imagine it with that powerful imagination. What it feels like now, just to take yourself even deeper into your hypnosis now. Feel all that hypnosis in every single muscle group now. What I want you to do now, is I want you to let yourself let go of any images, feelings, thoughts, emotions that you've been holding on to in the past few weeks, the past few months, the past few years. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now to feel that pressure, that tension, that hurt, that pain, that guilt and shame, frustration and anger come all the way through your body, all the way into the back of your neck, up to the top of your head, and just imagine what it feels like now to let that pressure, tension, hurt and pain come up now. Just imagine images, feelings and thoughts and emotions you've held on to since a little girl coming up to the surface now. Just imagine that emotion you've been hanging on to for all those years coming right up now. Let all those emotions that have been hidden away come right to the surface now. Those negative images, negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative emotions, one by one, piece by piece. Let them go. That's it. You're doing really well. Let them go now. Let it go. Let it go. Perfectly safe. You're a big girl now. Let go now. Let it go. Just imagine a big powerful energy above your head, pulling it out, dragging it out, sucking it out, pulling out all those negative energies, negative thoughts and feelings now. When you've done enough for now, and when you know you've done enough for now, just open your eyes, feel brand new. Take your time. Let it all go. When you're ready, you know you're ready, just open your eyes. Take your time. Let it all go. Let it go. Go. That's it, doing really well. Images, feelings, thoughts, emotions.
I feel like crying.
Good. What's this? That emotion that's stuck in your body, what's this? It's going to push it all the way up. Watch me just push it up. There you go. Watch it. Let it go. Let it come up. Let it come up. Let it come up. Here it comes. Let all that emotion that's been hidden away come right to the surface. No. Let it go. You're perfectly safe, sweetheart. You're doing absolutely amazing job. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You're safe. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. let it go. What I said about the pressure cooker. What happened then? Still coming out? Sometimes people think it comes up in a oneer, comes up in one, or sometimes they feel like a wave coming through. Does that make sense? Does it feel like it's cleared, or is it coming again? Let's have a look. If I push my hand underneath, and that hurt, that pain, that guilt and shame, any anger, that frustration, watch this. If I put my hand underneath your belly button now, watch this. I'm going to push it all the way up to the top of your head. Any second. No. But that one come through as well. Okay. Images, feelings, thoughts, emotions. Any images that pop up. When you were when you were doing the stuff, when you were feeling it. Any images, feelings, thoughts come up there? Yeah? Were they people or incidents? Pardon? Both. And are those people still in your life now?
Yes.
Okay. And when was the last time? When did that happen? Did it happen years ago? Or recently?
Years ago.
Years ago. Should we change this flavour of the lemon?
Yeah.
Now there's two ways you can go with this. There's two ways. What's more powerful, the person, the incident with the person, or the person itself? Is that the most? Is that the big bit, or is it the incident itself? Do you have more emotions for? Is it the person? Okay. Now what I want you to remember is that that person is not in this room. Does that make sense? That person's not in this room. Ready? Take a nice big deep breath. Close your eyes. Just imagine that person. When you got them, just nod. Got them? Good. What's your favourite cartoon character? Draw Mickey Mouse over the top of him. Draw big fucking ears, big eyes, a stupid fucking nose over the top of them now. And just imagine that stupid noise coming out of their mouth. And every time you look at that person now, every time you're going to realise what a stupid, pathetic, useless person that is. Just look at them now. Draw it over the top. Draw the little red shorts, the little boots, and just think, you pathetic bastard. And when you're ready, and you know you're ready, just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now. To just feel that person is a stupid, pathetic, useless bastard. When you're ready, and you know you're ready, open your eyes, feel brand new. Good. What's your mobile telephone number backwards?
Backwards, that's a good question.
Go on. I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested, to be quite honest.
I don't know.
Right? But I want you to do me a favour. Go look for that person again now. They've changed. What do they look like now?
Mickey Mouse.
And just notice now Mickey Mouse becoming the bigger picture out of all of it now.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, just open your eyes. Let me just explain something. That doesn't mean that you're going to go out and have a cup of tea with this person. That doesn't mean that you're going to invite yourself around for a Sunday lunch. It doesn't mean that you're going to go start buying them Christmas presents. Remember what I said at the beginning. Can you feel the weight of the lemon? Can you taste the lemon? Can you smell the lemon? When you thought about that person, what was your body doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Reacted.
Your body was reacting and flinching. Remember what I said at the beginning? And going, now, look at me again. You're not chewing the lemon anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your body's not firing off the... It's now going, you're fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
My job is not to change your past. I can't change your past. But we can reshape your future. Does that make sense? And by letting go of that lemon, that big lemon that was shoved down the back of your throat, guess what? The lemon's gone. You're no longer that little girl anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're a big girl now. And that's not a condescending statement. That's me talking as a hypnotist to that little girl inside. Now, when you were growing up, did you have fun times?
Yeah.
Everyone has fun times. I had people go, I've never had fun times. Anyone who says that they never had fun times as a child is dead, right? Because they wouldn't have produced the oxytocin and all the other drugs that need to form their brain. At one stage, they would have sat on their own, doing something, whether it was daisy chain or putting Lego together on their own, quite content, like making something, and felt proud of themselves. Does that make sense? So everybody has had it. Even people that have been through trauma still have moments of where they can just look at things and be happy. Make sense?
Yeah.
Anyone who says they're dead, they have to be dead, because there is no way that your brain could operate, all right? Or you know, just completely written off. So, ready to do something really interesting?
Yeah.
Take a nice big deep breath. Close your eyes. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now, just to let go once again. Just go on that mystical, magical journey. Go on that mystical, magical journey. Go on a mystical, magical journey now. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now. To go back to a time and a place when you were a little girl on your own, full of confidence, full of joy, full of happiness, somewhere you've not thought about for a long, long time now. And when you're there, just nod. Got that little girl?
Yeah.
I want you to look at that little girl now. That beautiful little girl. I want you to look at that beautiful little girl from a distance, and I want you to walk over to her now. And I want you to see that beautiful little girl. I want you to look into her eyes. And I want you to see the love, joy and happiness of that little girl. When you're ready, I want you to pick her up and tell her everything. Feel that love, feel that joy, feel that happiness. And I want you to give her a big squeeze now and hold her like you've never held her before, and tell her she's safe now. Tell her she's a big girl now. Tell her all those things. Tell her she can be confident. Tell her she can be strong. Tell her she can be powerful. Tell her she is safe. Tell her she is loved. And feel that little girl, that little inner giggle, that little inner smile you've been missing come right to the surface now. And what I want you to do is just allow now that pressure, that tension, that hurt, that pain, and all those frustrations of life just fade away, drift away, fade away, drift away. Now, you can't change the past, you can only shape the future. You can't change the past, You can only shape the future. You can't change the past. You can only shape the future. Just imagine, only imagine what it feels like now. To put closure on all of those things that happened prior to walking in here today, and holding on to that little girl, and making a commitment to yourself to start a brand new life. Just imagine, only imagine what that feels like now. Every time you see the colours red, yellow, green, blue, pink, white or black, red, yellow, green, blue, pink, white or black, red, yellow, green, blue, pink, white or black, whenever you see those, or when you look at yourself in the mirror, that powerful little girl is going to pop up in your head. And that inner giggle, that inner smile, that inner beauty that you've been missing, will follow it straight up and you'll feel absolutely amazing. Knowing you're a big girl now. When you're ready, and you know you're ready to start that brand new chapter in a brand new life, I want you to open your eyes and feel the best you've ever felt before. Take your time and know that little girl's back in your heart now. How does that feel? Look back at that person. How does it feel now? Better?
Yeah.
Because you're not chewing the lemon about them.
Yeah.
Whoever, and I still don't know. And unless you want to tell me when we finish this, right? I don't need to know. If you want to tell me afterwards, you can do, right? Because sometimes people want to talk about it, but I don't want you to talk about it when you're on camera. But you can't change the past, you can only change the future.
Yeah.
So try and find something negative from your past, but the more you try to look for it, the more and more it fades away and turns into this distant memory of things fading away now. Oops. You're chasing him now, aren't you? You're looking for him like that. Every time you're looking for like that.
Yeah.
Where's that gone? Where's that gone?
I only see glimpses.
Pardon?
I only see glimpses.
What did I say at the beginning about my car accident? When it first happened, I could see it, smell it, taste it, and I went through it. But now, the lemon changed. Does that make sense? You're never going to get rid of them. But the feeling, the thoughts and the emotions will drift away, which means they then become a distant part of your life now. Make sense?
Yeah.
Look for something else that was negative in your life now. Really look for it. Oops. It just keeps slipping away. What did that little girl look like? Look for that pain that was in your back. Oops. Peppa Pig. Fuse boxes. Making sense now?
Yeah.
The electricity flowing around your body was being stopped and inhibited. So now we flip the switches up. Feel better?
Yeah.
Well done, you. Well done, you. So, what I always do is we'll keep in contact with you to see what goes on, yeah? It's not like we just do it and then we throw you out. It's a case of we'll check up, see how you're getting on, right? But just imagine your head's like a snow globe now, right? No snow globe? Shake the snow globe really hard, and what happens? All the bits of glitter just fire around, don't they? Yeah. Imagine that's what's happened inside your head today, right? In the next few minutes, the next few hours, the next few days, next few weeks, all of those little emotions, all those feelings will start to come down until eventually you get that clarity that you've been looking for. You'll start to notice it now, but the process starts now, because you can't change the past, you can only shape the future. All we've done is change the flavour of the lemons. Make sense?
Yeah.
Well done, you. Boom. Feel better?
Yeah.
Try and find something negative for me. But the more you look for it, the funnier it becomes. Go on. Tell me something negative. Go on. Tell me something negative. Go on.
I don't know.
Go on. Tell me something really negative that happened in your past. See it? It's moving away, isn't it? If there's conflict between the emotion and the intellect, the emotion always wins. When was the last time you thought of those things that you brought up today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
And were they still like in your face type thing? Were they like the lemon? Were they still there? Now look at them now. Oops. There's no lemon. There is no lemon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well done. Now bugger off and go enjoy your life.
It still feels like crying.
Yeah.
And obviously that's the pressure cooker.
But that's,
because there is more things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for me to stand here, right, look at that person again now. The person that gave you the biggest pile of shit. Look at it now. What have you got?
My dad in a Mickey Mouse costume.
You don't have to have the fucking brains of an archbishop, right, to figure out where certain things go in life, right? I've seen thousands of people. So when people start talking, my Peppa Pig can kick in. This is what most people don't get about my profession, is that I don't just sit there and read books. I'm a human, right? So when you're sitting there and you're a human, what I'm doing is that I can quickly connect, and then already I knew what was going on before you even sat in that chair, and nobody told me fuck all. Right? That's my job. That's what makes me do what I do, right? Because I don't sit there reading books. I work with humans. So now you've got this image of your dad in a Mickey Mouse suit. You're no longer going, oh, it's fucking him. You're now going, you're fucking pathetic. Yeah? That's the key thing, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to change what he fucking did. What you can do is change the flavour of the way that you look at it. And now it will become a distant memory for you. It'll start fading away, drifting away. And the more you look at it, the more and more you look at it, just notice now, you being free. But those, when I do a session, and then I say about the snow globe, and I say about the pressure cooker, you will notice those waves of emotions coming up during the day. It's possible. You'll leave me now, walk down the road, get in your car, and hit your head off the steering wheel and go, what the fuck just happened then? Because it's still part of, all I've done is got the pressure cooker and gone, there's little bits start to come out, but you're not going to feel the lemon. It's just the emotions that you caged up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's your life. Go out there and piss off and enjoy it. Well done. I normally leave people straight after, just leave them in the chair for a few sessions. I go toddling off. I'll be brutally honest, right? When I'm doing a session back home, I'll go toddle off and I'll grab my mobile phone. And it's not because I'm rude. I'll sit here and you'll be sitting there and I'll be like this, I'll be going like that. And do you know what? I'm not being rude. What I'm doing is I'm allowing you to just sit there and let those little bits of dust settle down. And I'm not doing this. You all right?
Yeah.
You're right, like a condescending arsehole. I'm not sitting there going, you're right, because how bad does that feel? So I just sit here and it's like a disassociation. All I'm doing is I'm just going like this. I might not even do anything. I do have a game on it. I do play actually. I am brutally honest for anyone watching this. I do have a game on it. But what it does do is it allows me to watch you in my peripheral vision, what you're doing. I can explain I'm not being rude and just letting you settle. And I can just sit here and just do whatever I need to. If I wanted to and I wanted to look really professional, I'd get a notepad and I'd be like, yes, yes. And drawing little stick men on it. I'd be drawing little stick men and making it look like I know what I'm doing. I'm like that. Yes. And then like drawing loads of things. Oh, it's a cactus. Oh no, it's not a cactus anymore. The thing is that you can go down that route there. But the idea is that you're still, I'm still working with you until the moment you leave. And even the suggestions I've given you, like you going to your car or going home and just chilling out and an emotion coming up, that's still part of the work. The work's not done in the chair. The work's done when you leave and you have the responsibility of life of just letting it go on. Just fuck it. Does that make sense? And by the way, when I'm talking to people, I don't know you, do I?
No.
And I'm sitting there swearing and doing stuff. Do you know why? Because it's normal, isn't it? If I sit here going, yes, that's it. Yeah, and that's condescending, isn't it? It's like nobody today does that. Sigmund Freud used to do it. I should wear a tweed jacket, shouldn't I? Go, yes, that's right. A little pipe. Yeah, those days are gone. Yeah. There's two types of therapists. You've got pink and fluffies, and you've got the hardcore, just get the work done. I'm the pink and fluffy. No, I'm not really. I'm the hard. I'm the one that people come to because they want it. They want directness, and that's what I do, and that's what I teach people. I show people if they want to be fluffy, I will show them how to be fluffy. But it ain't my approach, and people buy into stop the naughty noise. Now look at that image again. There you go. Well done. Here, end of the lesson.